Today is supposed to be part 3 of my 3-part series for my 911. A really good opportunity presented itself. Part of my morning routine is to go online and shop for good deals. And there's a car in particular that I had my eye on about 6 months back. And initially when I started conversations with the seller, we had a pretty good momentum, but a couple of days later, things started to slow down. So just a few days ago, the seller reached out to me with their circumstances and it got my interest back up. And now I'm gonna go head down and take a 2-hour drive to check out the car. As you can see behind me, I'm still working on my 911. The wing is still on, and then I'm still designing the engine lid for the engine cover. So I'm going just to take a short break on that on this vlog. And then once I'm done, I'll continue back on this project. Unfortunately, on the way down, my truck won't start, so I have a tow truck. It's the starter, so I'm gonna have to order that new part and then install it when the part comes in.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up.
We made a quick stop here and had some lunch. We're gonna grab some boba, and then right after that, we're gonna head straight to see the car. Okay, I bought the car. It's my first drive in it right now, so I'm heading home. Once I get there, we'll talk a little bit more about the experience buying this car and when I was inspecting it and my upcoming plans. It was a long day and I'm finally back home. It was maybe about a 100-mile drive, and it was a good opportunity to test out if there was any problems with the car. The sun is almost down and it's pretty dark outside, but I'm gonna go ahead and still do the walk around for the car since I wasn't able to do it at the seller's house. So let's go ahead and open up my garage and I'll discuss some of the main areas of the car that made me want to buy it. So as you notice, this is a very similar model as the one I had a couple of years ago, except this one is white. The factory wheels that it came with didn't come with the hubcaps, rather it came with some alloy wheels, and it also came with additional features that really caught my interest. This particular trim came with the alloy wheels, and the good thing about it is the centerpiece caps, they're all matching and none of them's missing, so that was a bonus, especially for a car this old. Also, another feature is the sunroof. This is actually a moonroof. If you notice, it goes all the way back, so that was a plus. My old one didn't have a moonroof. It was a slick top basically. And then if you notice in the back, it comes with the OEM wing. Those are the features that made me want to get this car, because it wasn't available in the other trim that I bought previously. And one of the main things I bought this car for is right behind me, and that is because it's a 5-speed manual transmission. I also like how the dash is really clean. The car, my previous one, had some stress cracks over here, and normally with a car this old, there's a lot of wear and cracks on the dash, but this one is perfect. Another feature that I really like about this car is it has back seats. I know it's kind of dark right now that I'm filming, but it has back seats, so I'm able to take my kids with me, whether I'm taking them to school or taking them out. I have room for them. And here's the trunk. It's really clean. They really took care of this. It does come with a few things that the seller threw in, which includes a new sun visor, and then the coolant overflow tank on my car right now is leaking a little bit, so he was able to give me one from his other donor car, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that in the near future. The seller was really nice about making sure that this car is mechanically sound. He also threw in a newer battery that was on the other donor car that he had, and then he also changed the distributor cap, so that's a newer one. He also changed the oil cap, and then he also changed the power steering fluid cap. He topped off all my fluids before I made the 2-hour drive home, so I was glad that the seller was able to take care of that so that I could get home safely. Before I sold my MX-6, I picked up some new wheels for it. I never really got a chance to install it, so it's a good thing I saved them. I'm planning on refinishing them and then probably getting some new tires, and then I'm going to go ahead and install it on my MX-6 when I lower it with some aftermarket springs. One of the good things about buying this new car is I have some parts that I can recycle from my previous cars that will fit on the Mazda MX-6. I do have the SARD hyper voltage system that I previously used on my 350Z and my RX-7 FD. I have a shorty antenna, I have a Navi here. I also have Moteki lug nuts that I could use on my wheels. Here's a close-up of the Acorn style lug nuts. And then I have the key for it. I also have a few engine dampeners that I could use if I need it. And then I have a shift knob that I haven't used before as well. And then some spacers. I have I think it's a 25 millimeter. And then the one in between there is, I believe, a 7 millimeter. And then the car came with a CD player, but I don't think it's in working order. So it's a good thing I have a spare. So I'm more than likely going to use this. I do have the harness that's connected to the CD player. I just need to get a harness for the car. One of the things that was found in the trunk is this Haynes repair manual, which a lot of MX-6 owners recommend having. And then what I did also notice interesting about this car is that as old as it is, it actually came with a key fob. I thought it'd be funny because I found in my drawer my old RX-7 FD key. It has the rotary design of the key, but I also have the RX-7 keychain. So what I'm going to do is attach the RX-7 keychain to my MX-6. Overall, I'm really happy with the purchase. I know it was a little bit of a distraction working on my 911. I had to take a little break off of that because the opportunity to get this car was just too good of a deal, so I couldn't pass it up. If you notice, I got some more supplies for my project on my 911. So on the next episode, my focus is going to be 100% on that car. On the last episode, I talked about the shoe game, and one of the shoes that came in is my Jordan 4s. And on today's episode, I'm going to go ahead and share with you the other set that came in. And this time it's not going to be a basketball shoe, rather it's going to be a Nike Air Max running shoe. Every now and then I stumble across some retro Nike running shoes that I used to have back in the day when I was in high school. And this specific Nike Air Max shoe that came in was a colorway that I haven't seen before, So thankfully, when I went to the Nike store, it was on sale. So I'm gonna open up the box and share with you the new colorway that I was attracted to. Here's the Air Max 1 that I was talking about, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of the box, and so you can see more angles and features of this particular colorway. From far away, I thought the top uppers was all white, but as I got closer, I noticed that the finish is a kind of like a Nardo gray or a lighter shade of gray, and I think the offset of that color was what really caught my eye. And with the combination of the black lining on the bottom here, the white bottom sole, and the matching green air bubble, that color combination really puts the shoe together well. On the next episode, I'm going to get back on track with the GT Wing install on my 911. I'm going to complete that series with installing everything and have it ready to showcase for a full feature. So that's going to do for this episode. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you on the next one.